Hello everyone. Right, we have got, well, I had 10 reverse French to do. Like, we all shudder when we're asked to do that, but I stepped up to the plate and, well, I just did what I got to do. So I've recorded 5 for you to watch, but I've also included my prep and a bit of filing as well, because it's quite a simple set. So I've left everything else in for you. So pushing back those cuticles, okay? It is sped up a wee bit because it's quite boring, and I'm using a cuticle pusher from Nail Tech Network. The sharpest I think I've ever used. Normally I use like a flat cuticle pusher, which I really like, but this was so bloody sharp that I had to use the other side, which I loved, and it still removed so much. Now, don't shoot me. I love to fucking nip stuff. It's just gone. There is no room for it in my pictures at all. Tatty bye, you ugly fugs. So yeah. Again, cuticle nippers are from Nail Tech Network. So yeah, cuticles gone. Nasties are gone. Now going in with a 180 sanding band. Pulling down each side wall, getting right in there. I'm never the most confident using these. I don't know how everybody else feels, but nice and low, working around. I am actually loving them more. I've always been just hand file. I feel that I can get in there quite well. And then you'll see in a minute, I'd use like a little cuticle bit to get right into them side walls and around the cuticle. But I'm trying to change it a little bit, so I'm moving to the sanding bands. You know, it's so much, like, with the current situation, I can just throw that away between clients, and they're really small, and it's more cost effective. So yeah, so just trying to push myself a little bit, you know, just trying something new. And yeah, I feel more confident with them anyway. In a moment, you're going to see I'm going to go in with my cuticle bit. This one currently is sold out on my website because it's just ace. I can get right in there and remove anything that I couldn't quite get with the sanding band. Now, this one is out of stock but is due in again soon, but there is a needle bit on my website which does the same job. So I'd highly recommend that one as well. Again, it's good for left-handed as well. Every bit on my website is made for left-handed people because everyone I live with is left-handed. So it was a very conscious decision that everything had to be for lefties. So I have tipped these. So after applying my tips, I'm just going to cut them down. I am tipping. I'm a sculptor. I love sculpting. I love everything about sculpting. But you know what I don't love about sculpting? Doing it wearing a pair of fucking gloves. Oh my God. I'm just stuck to it. Anybody who sculpts and is now wearing gloves, it's a nightmare. So yeah, I've tipped these just for ease. And if I wasn't wearing gloves, somebody would rip me a new arsehole. So it was just easier to just tip. Now I'm going in with my metal board and just shaping. So I've left 2 of these nails in for you to see in my shaping. Stick to the same routine, then they'll be uniformed. So I sort down, if I'm finish filing, you'll see it. I always do the outer parts of the nail and then I'll go over the top. But you'll see that later on in the video, and I'll explain to you how I'm going to get that sharp shaping. Once I'm happy with the shaping of those tips, I've dusted off and I'm dehydrating and I'm priming. I'm using an acid-free primer, so I'm only going to prime once. If you use an acid primer, you can do it twice, because it penetrates that nail plate. If you're using an acid-free primer, there is no point doing it twice because it sticks to the top of the nail plate like double-sided tape kind of, so the acrylic adheres to that. But when you're using an acid primer, it will penetrate that nail plate. Okay, so you can use it twice. So don't waste your acid free by doing it twice. Once is plenty. Okay, we're going in now with Plush Cover from Glitterbels, and I'm doing these smile lines. Because they're not a super duper long set, I felt I could do it in one bead. You'll see loads of other videos on my YouTube where I do it in two. That I find easier if I'm doing a really extended nail bed. It is much easier in two beads. But for this set, she's got really teeny tiny nails, so I found it fine with the one. You're probably thinking, why did she go and do the ring finger then instead of starting with the little one? Because the bead I picked up was too big. I looked at it, and if you don't feel completely confident with the bead, I always say get rid of it, because the longer you sit and you look at that bead on your brush thinking, is it too big, is it too small, is it too wet, is it too dry, it's polymerizing whilst you're looking at it. And then when you go to work with it, it's hardly moldable. It's already started to polymerize on the brush. So when I looked at that bead initially, I just thought that's too big for the little one. It can go on the ring finger. So that's why I did it. Right, let's talk about this. We're on the nail. My brush comes above and behind. The tip of my brush makes it nice and flush, making sure the cuticle is perfect. I don't come down that bead until I'm completely satisfied with the back of it. The nail is angling downwards, so gravity pulls that bead away from the cuticle. It's already pulling it down into that almond shape that I want. So whilst I'm working on getting the cuticle perfect, that bead is just falling down. I'll talk about the wall on the next one. So I'm elevating that nail. I have upgraded. I am now not using the Aldi footstool, which I still say are amazing, but I was gifted this GB wrist rests. I'll put all the links in the description after. But I was gifted this beautiful teal wrist rest. You'll see it on my Instagram. Yeah, everyone just feels very spoilt now. So, right, we're at this stage. We have pulled down the cuticles perfect. The side of my brush, I tailor my wings. And with the back of my brush, I will stretch it down that extension, making sure that I have a wall. Okay, let's see it here. Ready? Placing this bead at the cuticle. The tip of the brush will make it nice and flush. So my tip, it's angled behind that bead, making sure it's perfect. The rest of it falls down. I'm stretching it away slightly, and you'll see the side of the brush, boom. And the other side, Kai, come on, ready? Boom. My wings are now in place. Boom, boom. They are now the same height, and I can start to stretch it down the centre of the nail, continuously using the side of my brush to make sure that my wall is there. Now, that wall is a wall. It's a wall of product. You can see it slightly, where if you were doing the pink and white, you just push your white up to it. If you're going to use colour, a glitter, you push it up to it. You'll see now, I went in and did that ring finger first, but it wasn't quite right. It wasn't quite long enough. So a teeny tiny bead pulled up backwards. It's just extended that reverse nail bed. So it's uniform. It matches the other four. Okay, I hope that all makes sense to you guys. I have a very random way of explaining things, but hopefully it all makes sense, and you know, it will help a few of you. So, although they look nice, they're not perfect. So I am going to go in with my metal file. I swear by a metal file. Yes, this is off my website, but it doesn't mean it's the best. I'm going to say it's the best because I've got to feed my kids. But if you own a metal file, it's fantastic. I cannot recommend one enough. So if you have one from a different company, you don't need to buy mine. If you want to buy mine, thanks a lot. They don't have any flex. A board file will flex slightly, so you won't get that sharp shaping. So a metal file will not budge. So if you want them sharp shapes, I 100% recommend a metal board. And again, with the shit storm that we are currently in, you can whip off the sandpaper off either side. You can disinfect the metal inner, and you can stick it on again for another client. You're not saving a million different files for all your clients. It's more hygienic. It's more cost effective. And yeah, they're just amazing. I love them. So wherever you get it from, go metal or go home. this colour is a little bit of me. It's from Glitter Bells. It's called Beetle Green, and oh my days, I love green. I absolutely, well, being a ginge, it's my colour, isn't it? I can't wear pink and stuff like that. I don't do pink, but green, I'm made for green. So yeah, Beetle Green, stunning. So I'm going to use Beetle Green on all 5 nails, and then I'm going to come in with a glitter. It is from the Dazzle range from my website. It's a new shard. Again, it's, yeah, Emerald Dazzle. It goes with Beetle Green. It's just beautiful. This set is pretty simple, but they didn't need all that. It didn't need all the craziness. It was just simple and elegant, and I love them. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to go and I'm going to encapsulate it with glass slippers so it protects my glitter. I don't have to use this. I don't use much coloured acrylic. So I fill up that free edge with some clear acrylic. So I normally pop it on backwards, pulling it up and then turning my brush again and posting up into the wings. So pokey, 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 up we go. So I've taken down a little bit that height at the wall. You can see just at the edge of that wall where it's a little bit higher. So quick efile, take that down, and then I will go back in again with a metal file to get that sharp shape in. Like I said, stick to the same filing routine. If you have one way of doing it, they will, well, they should end up nice and uniform. So I do the outside, so straight. Then I'll do the free edge. Now this is sped up, but it's very little movement really. I do all the outside. I'll then come around the cuticle, not looking like I'm hacking it. This is sped. The metal file, you don't have to do much for it to remove product, and then all down the center. So all the outside first, around the cuticle, and then down the center. Normally moving my client's finger whilst moving my file, because we all want that one line of light, and that is what I aim for. I can't stress how much it will mind fuck me if I put a picture on and my line of light is wobbly. Like sleepless nights, that is my nightmare. But it happens, it does happen, like I'm not a freaking robot. But that's what I'm always trying to achieve, is that beautiful one line of light. So I come around the outside and then back around the cuticle, and then I'll do the whole center of it from apex to free edge, angling it down, wiggling my client's finger whilst moving my file with a continuous pressure all over, and hopefully achieving that one line of light. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I do finish it off. Are you going to use a sponge buffer top coat, and we put some very simple emerald crystals on each of the nails. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, comment. I love reading them all. I don't always reply because I have so many different platforms to try and reply, and it's so hard. I get shouted at all the time, get off your phone, but I do appreciate every single one of you. Can I just do a big shout out to the Plymouth girls that I was with the other weekend? They said that they were going to struggle to listen to me on YouTube again, and it'd feel weird. Is it weird? Bridie, this is for you. I am doing my this is pure porno voice for you, Bridie, okay? So all of you, love you, Plymouth. I had a fantastic weekend with you guys. It's a training weekend that will stay with me, mainly because you got me absolutely fucking shit-faced on 2-for-1 cocktails. Nail Tech Network, yeah, oh, what an amazing bunch of people. You guys were ace. I love you all. Oh, I better say, Danny Simmons, you are a babe. Absolute babe, all of you, thank you. I have another video to go and get ready for you. Maybe I'll be more like, I don't know, maybe do we want more of the porno? Do we want to keep the soft porn voice? I felt we needed it today. This was a very simple sexual set that I needed to explain. But we might have more Jesus Chitty fucking Christ moments on the next one. It's more of a design set, so Crazy Kai might be back, but hope you enjoyed the porno.